2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Raptors in Toronto. For the Raptors, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Kawhi Leonard in action tonight, the winner of multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. Shaq, for wing defenders, where do you have him ranked on the all-time list?
Well, I shook his hand the other day, and his hands are as big as mine, Ernie. But to answer your question, I think he's in a conversation with Pippen and Jordan.
And Jordan, wow. Now, he's one of the best perimeter defenders ever, but those guys are in a company because they've done it on a big stage, Shaq. But he's very intelligent. I love the way he approaches the game defensively. But doing it on that big stage consistently as Pippen and Jordan did, whew,
that's saying something.
That's saying a lot.
Time for tip-off. We send it to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
It's a road game for the Nuggets, and they are facing an interconference matchup in today's game. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Taking a look at Toronto, they return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
Kevin, I'll tell you what, they've actually been terrific on their home court, and they're starting another homestand here today.
Couple teams that have great options off the bench. Doris, give these coaches tremendous flexibility, doesn't it, in their lineups?
I think one of the things that the casual fan may not necessarily understand about the NBA is how important players 6 through 15 can be. The NBA season is a grind, and every member of that bench has to contribute in different ways. Sometimes it's a defensive unit that steps onto the floor to try to change momentum. Sometimes you need a guy like Lou Williams off the bench because you're struggling to score. So the flexibility provided by the back end of your lineup is crucial.
And reveals a lot about coaching as well. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Murray and Harris, the guards. Inside, it's the talented pair of Millsap and Jokic. And it's Barton in at the 3. Now, here's Leonard. A 29-point game for him in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Now Murray, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep.
This guy is a high flyer, I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. On the wing, Green. Knocked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. All right, now let's find out what head coach Nick Nurse had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, the crucial aspect in his mind is making things tough for them inside. He said they're a physical team, and they bring a lot of intensity. If we don't respond when they push us, we'll just get bullied all game. We're going to get down in the paint tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Harris's shot is off. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game. Here's Leonard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Now here's Murray. His last outing, 16 points for him. To the middle. Just 4 to shoot. Barton, no luck.
Boy, terrific defense to impact the shot, not giving him any space at all.
And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Gasol.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Green kicks to Siakam. Barton against Leonard. Pass to Gasol. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Gasol's got his first points of the night.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Now here is Harris. His last outing, he had 8 points. And Murray, here we go. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Outside, Green. And he overshot that one, missing. Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Barton kicks to Jokic, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. They get Marc Gasol.
And Nikola Jokic came late to the game. He actually grew up horse racing. Finally started playing organized hoops at the age of 16. You never know it, though one of the most skilled big men the league has to offer.
And he makes the first. And Jokic, Greg, said he was a fat point guard until he got taller.
Well, even now, Kevin, Jokic, not the most chiseled physique, but the point guard background makes sense. His playmaking for a center is off the charts.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. Jeremy Lin comes in for Danny Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find. Oh, he'd like to have that one back. You almost never get that wide open a look.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Morris passes to Lyles. With some arc over Ibaka, the Nuggets with another miss. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. And Denver also making a switch. Plumlee's checked in. For Toronto, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's VanVleet. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Guarded closely. Here's Morris. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And so here's Toronto. They trail by 3. Outside, Lin. Here's VanVleet. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
And there aren't too many big men more dependable than Gasol. He's a skilled passer who can operate out of that high post, but also give you a little rim protection if you need it.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shots.
Free throw drops for Gasol.
And even now in his mid-30s, Marc Gasol is fantastic. I mean, it gives you everything you want at that center position. Strong defender and rebounder, and he has a host of ways to get you buckets.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And with Gasol, he continues to develop his outside shot, Greg, to act as a stretch center now.
Yeah, and really the combination of his 3-ball shooting and his passing, really, even at this stage of his career, makes him a tough cover. You worry if he'll settle too much for that outside shot, but boy, when he is on, there are few answers for slowing him down.
Raptors trail by 4. Lynn kicks to Van Vliet. Here's Anunoby, covered by Morris. Anunoby passes to Lynn. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
You have to enjoy watching Jeremy Lin work the pick and roll. This guy totally loses the defense with his quick decision making.
Now Morris. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Van Vliet, covered by Morris. Van Vliet kicks to Gasol. Back to Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. With the shot. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even. Van Vliet's got his first bucket in this one. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and for two squads that don't know each other all that well, this should be an intriguing battle.
Right. In a matchup where you don't see the opponent often, there should be a lot of surprises. I don't know what to expect.
Here's Anunoby. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Anunoby lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Boy, how do you match up with OG Anunoby's length and athleticism? This guy is going to be able to get shots off because of both of those.
Now here's Thomas. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
McCaw, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. Denver also making some changes. Leiden's checked in for Plumlee. Porter comes in for Hernan Gomez. And it's Malik Beasley in for Morris. Here's Beasley. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Van Vliet. And stolen by Thomas. And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. And it's Beasley that time, and the assist by Thomas. Thomas got 3 assists in the game.
And good passing, setting up out of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Van Vliet. 4-point game. Pass to Anunoby. Pass to Ibaka. Here's Van Vliet. Shot clock at 5. Here's McCaw. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Wow, hats off to him for making that one. You can't find a much tougher shot than that.
Beasley inside, defended by Ibaka.
Well, it looks like he's going to get the easy 2 points, but the defense recovers just in time to effect it.
McCaw, the pass to Van Vliet. And Toronto turns it over again. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Raptors third.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Now here's Thomas. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Wiles against Ibaka. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Michael Porter, he has the natural attributes of an elite scorer.
He's got incredibly deep range. You could see that all the way back in high school, almost automatic from mid-range. And as he adds strength, he'll become a force inside as well.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Pascal Siakam comes in for OG Anunoby, and Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Jeremy Lin.
And the ceiling so high for Porter. A versatile, effective forward who does so many things well.
Here's Van Vliet. And there's the pass to Siakam. Leonard against Porter. Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Ibaka's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Ibaka against Wyatt. He can't get that one. Now Toronto takes it the other way. One-on-one here. And again, it's Toronto converting. Denver in the lead. Morris looking over the floor. And there's the feed to Porter. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Greg, with Michael Porter combining the length, athleticism, and scoring ability, he's a rare prospect.
I mean, in high school, he was the #1 prospect on a lot of people's lists. Had the back injury in his only year of college, but everyone knew what he could do when given the chance.
Free throw good. Porter. Raptors trail by 4. Outside Lowry. Over Thomas. That one off the back iron and out. Denver's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Leonard with the steal, and Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Porter. Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Feeds it to Leonard. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Boy, that's a pass I don't think anyone saw coming other than maybe Kyle Lowry. What vision on the dish.
And Greg, one of the stories that had started developing since last season was the talk of Kawhi Leonard wanting out. Too many soured relationships, it seemed.
And he was eventually moved after requesting a trade. Pop and the Spurs tried just about everything they could to convince him to stay. Probably the most drama for a team known for not having any drama.
The free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
Now, here is Morris. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Here's Lowry. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
You get the sense Kyle Lowry's eyes open wide. If he's in the open floor and gets up court, look out.
Thomas against Lowry. To the inside, Plumlee. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Got that bucket in no time at all. And now it's a three-point Raptor lead.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
Thomas kicks to Lyles. To the paint. Plumlee, the pass to Lyles. And just miss after miss right now.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
Pass to McCaw. Back to Lowry. 6 to shoot. Over Morris. Raptors get it back. Siakam kicks to Leonard. Clock at 6. Doesn't go that time. And it's Denver the other way. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The Nuggets with another miss. Raptors leading by 3. McCaw, the pass to Lowry. And here's Leonard. 11 points in the game. Left side Lowry. Over Thomas. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Toronto ahead. They finish off the first quarter with a big 11-3 run. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And being a smaller player is a challenge, but Isaiah Thomas always confident attacking the lane.
I just go in there. I've been doing it since I was a little boy. Like, I've always been the smallest guy out there, but when I get on the court, I feel like I don't see any height. So when I go in there in the paint, I expect myself to score or make a play for somebody else. And then, I mean, it just, other people go crazy about it. I feel like it's normal.
Thomas brings that fearlessness, Greg. He's always played with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and he's got a deep bag of tricks for finishing around bigger players. It's really something to watch.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Morris. Trey Lyles out there with Plumlee. Then it's Isaiah Thomas. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 slot. And Denver has possession after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Tries it from 19. They grab their own miss. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Toronto leading by 3. Here's Gasol, and Gasol with the dunk.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Now, here's Thomas. Passes it to Lyles. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. You know, Doris, for a long time, few people realized how efficient the three-point shot can be, the extra point making such a difference. Why do you think it took a while for that thought process to hold?
Well, I think obviously we have advanced metrics, and the reason we have advanced metrics is there are more ways to monitor the things that happen between the lines, right? There are cameras everywhere. We can track people's data via computer programs. But I think one of the interesting things to me, Kevin, is that Steph Curry really has changed the logistics of what defines a quality shot. Here's a guy who steps across half court, and when he does, he's in range. So the influence of Steph Curry cannot be understated.
Great example. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, "The drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. It's gotten me this far." Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you. And the Raptors with the ball after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Just 5 to shoot. McCaw, the pass to Siakam. McCaw misses.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Thomas, no luck.
Well, this is a tough night so far. They'd be smart to rely more on a couple of their other options.
Toronto leading by 4. McCaw, the pass to Green. Over Morris. And Green gets it to go. Green's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Thomas kicks to Lyles. Back to Thomas. On the wing, Morris. And the foul called on Danny Green. That is his first foul of the game. The Raptors making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Morris passes to Lyles. From 11 feet away, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Lyles got 5 now.
Well, defending him inside is never an easy job. A little reminder of that right there.
Here's Lowry. Sweet little floater. And the Raptors lead by 6.
If you allow Kyle Lowry a head of steam, it is very difficult to stay in front of him. No stopping him on that drive.
Morris kicks to Thomas. Here's Lyles. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. Thomas got 4 assists in the game. And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. The teardrop falls in. Lowry's got his 3rd basket of the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Pass to Lyles. It's tipped. Thomas against Green. Top of the key jumper, no good.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. You know, they'll take that every time.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. From deep, Thomas. That's a bucket. His 3rd of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
Well, the 3 ball is a major weapon for Isaiah Thomas. He's so good at getting the space he needs to get the look he wants.
Here's Gasol. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Cleveland.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Miller's checked in for Siakam. Jeremy Lin comes in for Green, and it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Leiden's checked in for Denver. Malik Beasley comes in for Morris. Raptors with the lead. VanVleet looking around. Shot clock at 6. Releases from 15. Buries the jump shot. Gasol's got 4 points this quarter.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 8. And the pass to Plumlee. Fast break Toronto. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Miller. Gasol's got 10 points in the game.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And last season, a very strong rookie campaign, Greg, for OG Anunoby.
You know, the team quickly learned that they could rely on him offensively. And it's rare to have a team trust someone taken 23rd overall that quickly. Surprised a lot of people with how efficient he was on offense right out of the gate. And I think you're going to see him continue to grow in that regard.
And he makes the first. Settling into the new season outdoors, some teams really finding that groove and their rhythm. Talk about what they can do to maintain that. Sometimes it's easier to get there, but then to maintain it becomes the real chore.
Right, and that's where coaching comes into play. Guys trying to pull the right string, play the right notes with their teams. And obviously one of the most important things you can have on a night-by-night basis is energy, consistent energy on the defensive end. If you stay in the moment, you focus on the next play. I know 82 games can be a grind, Kev, but if you break it down into smaller chunks, it becomes much more manageable.
Good idea. Now here's Leonard. The rebound by Leiden.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Murray, the pass to Leiden. Back to Murray. Takes the three. No good that time. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Van Vliet kicks to Powell. Out left to the wing. Ibaka. Wide open. He fires. Off target with the open look.
An obvious blunder by the defense that they get away with. Somebody's supposed to be checking him.
One thing you have to admire, Doris, about the Raptors franchise is their sustained success.
And that's not easy, Kevin. Last year marked their 3rd straight 50-win season and their 5th straight postseason trip. Very few other teams can claim those items in that time frame. For the Raptors, what a good, solid core.
First one falls for him.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Toronto. Jokic has checked in for Denver. Beasley hits them both. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Leonard. Shoots a fader. Rebound by the Nuggets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
And it's Beasley, that time in the assist by Jokic. Now it's a 3-point Denver lead.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. You don't pass to a player, you pass to a spot. Let your teammate run into it.
Outside Leonard. And he drops it in from the low post. Leonard's got 13 points.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Meeks passes to Van Vliet. And a wide open look for Lynn. And Ibaka kicks to Lynn. Hits the front of the rim and out. Denver's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hammock. And stolen by Murray. Here's Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And we are seeing the makings of a masterpiece here, guys, from Porter. A threat to score from anywhere within the half court.
Here's Van Vliet. Kicks to Ibaka. The dish to Meeks. Raptors moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from deep. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
Unable to close out defensively, even against the smaller shooter.
Well, credit the shooter. It's just great work carving just enough space to get that 3 off in time.
Now here's Murray. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
You got to feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
And the Raptors call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Jody Meeks. Denver also making some changes. Plumlee comes in for Jokic, and Morris subbed in for Murray. Lynn kicks to Leonard. Toronto needs to get off a shot. That one wide left. Denver leading by 4. Oh, Porter in position.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that one, Kevin.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lynn the pass to Van Vliet. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Morris kicks to Porter. He dishes it to Plumlee. Back to Porter. A 3 from Morris. The Nuggets keeping it alive. The new 24. Plumlee, no luck. Raptors trail by 3. Pass to Van Vliet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists now tonight.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
To the inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Leonard against Porter. Knocks it loose. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Morris with the ball.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
Let's see what they do here, Greg, right? Because you know they want to get a couple of possessions out of the time left.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Leonard. Denver getting their last shot to go. 27 seconds left here in the second. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Here's Leiden. He's covered by Leonard. Morris, no good.
But as long as they can hang on to this lead, he won't have to answer for what's been an off night for him.
Here's Leonard. 13 points in the game. With 1 on the clock. No good on the last second attempt there. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Denver on top. They lead by 5. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. What a start for Michael Porter. He had 14 points and 1 assist. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Well, Michael Porter is exactly what every team is looking for. A guy who's tall and long enough and athletic enough to guard 1 through 5. But on the offensive end, he's not Kevin Durant. Let's not get started on that. But he has the style of Durant.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
They showed a total lack of discipline in the first half, way too many turnovers. Coach was not happy, a lot of miscommunication going on. This game could easily get away from them if they do not tighten up.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Michael Porter.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made them pay down there. Uses his size and body well to score close to the bucket.
And Denver has possession, leading by 5. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Marc Gasol, and it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Siakam far from the most skilled player on the floor, but Dorsey finds minutes through his hustle.
This guy has got one of the highest motors in the league. He can leak out in transition, finish in the open floor. I'll tell you, this is a jolt of caffeine in a power forward's body.
Here's Lyles, following the basket by Marc Gasol. Lyles passes to Barton, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul. Thomas down low, Lowry covering.
Well, Lowry not giving an inch, contesting that shot beautifully on the defensive end.
Leonard, that's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. 15 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Thomas kicks to Lyles. Lowry against Millsap. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
Lowry against Thomas. Gasol's in the post. It's hauled in by Lyles. Lyles got 4 rebounds in this game. Millsap kicks to Harris. Outside Thomas. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Green. Harris's shot is off.
They've got to start working for better shots. Just 1 for 4 in the second half so far.
Outside Gasol. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Gasol's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
Thomas kicks to Harris. Over Green. Harris's shot is off.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
Lyles no good.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Lowry finds Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. And that's 17 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and for mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Denver calls timeout. There's so many great open floor players in this game. Who would be the scariest player coming at you on the fast break?
Kevin, I can't limit this to just one. Are you kidding me? How would you like to have LeBron James bearing down on you at 6'8", 250-plus pounds? Or the length of Giannis Antetokounmpo, who can cover from one end of the floor in the other in 4 or 5 strides? How about if Russell Westbrook's meeting me at the cup and he can dunk on my head? Or the young, talented Donovan Mitchell? I don't want any part of any one of those guys.
What great names, and you're right. Runaway freight trains, each of them. The Nuggets have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, Isaiah Thomas met with a lot of teams in free agency before deciding on the Nuggets, and it just wasn't a great market for IT after coming off such a rough season. Had to settle for a short-term deal to show he could still be an impact player.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 9. 4 on the shot clock. And again, Denver no good. And so Green will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Lowry feeling it out a bit. Outside Gasol. Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists here tonight.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score, or just great ball movement.
Now here's Thomas. Rejected by Gasol. They get it back. The 3. Good on that shot, and with that, the Toronto lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Isaiah Thomas.
Well, you have to stay attached to Isaiah Thomas because in catch-and-shoot situations, this guy is ready to fire.
Gasol's in the post, working on Plumlee. Outside Leonard. To the paint. Here's Gasol. Rebound by the Nuggets. Lyles got his 5th rebound in this one. Right wing. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Gasol. OG Anunoby comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Green. Now here's Thomas. He's got 12. Stolen away. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Anunoby. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him.
And the first one drops.
You know what you love about watching OG Anunoby? You feel like you're watching a vet when you watch this guy. He doesn't seem to get rattled in pressure situations. This guy plays like he's been in the league for a decade.
And so he hits both. And Doris for Anunoby, he has said he felt like he could compete with anyone.
Well, to me, Kevin, that's part of being able to be the defender he is. He's got strength and quickness to match up with most wings in the league, but confidence is critical.
And the shot goes in. Lyles got 9.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And it's Lowry penetrating. Softly drops in the floater. 8 points for him.
Well, his ball handling ability is well known, and Lowry shows him off there.
Thomas, it's a wide open look. No good. That would have tied it.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Anunoby. Off target from three-point range. The Nuggets trail by 3. Easily outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Denver needs to get off the shot. Here's Leiden. It's good. This game is all even.
Nice shot, squaring up from long range, drilling the 3. That'll put some pressure on you.
Toronto's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Plumlee against Lowry. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Boy, Kevin, I thought he might get a call there. I thought it was pretty clear contact. But we know Lowry's not looking for the whistle. This guy's just looking to put points on the board.
Denver calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. The Nuggets also changing it up. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Trey Lyles. And Porter subbed in for Leiden. Outside Thomas. Inside. It's tipped. Kicks it out to Beasley. Drops in the tray. Beasley's got 11 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Lynn. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Ibaka, no luck. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a one-point game. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
The Nuggets have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. It's stolen by Hernangomez. Beasley dishes to Porter. Pass to Hernangomez. Now here's Thomas. Defense is right there. Porter, no luck. Raptors trail by 3 to the left side wing. Then the pass to Ibaka. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the foul against Denver.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
The first free throw is good. And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
Well, what you love about Serge Ibaka, yes, he has tremendous size and reach and great athleticism, but he plays his role to a T.
Now, here is Hernangomez. Here's Plumlee. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Gasol. Toronto trailing. Over to the left wing. Ibaka outside. Back to Lynn. Here's Van Vliet. He's guarded by Thomas. Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Denver's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Porter finds Hernangomez. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always effective.
Lynn with it. Beasley covering. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his first foul. Leonard, he's checked in for the Raptors. Green comes in for Fred VanVleet. And Toronto has possession. Lynn the pass to Leonard. Toronto working the ball around now. Green kicks to Gasol. Clock at 6. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Denver in the lead. Left side, Porter. Shoots over Leonard. Porter, no luck.
And this is really good defensive pressure, whether he gets the block or not.
No, Greg, you're absolutely right. This is strong defense. It's about making the shooter feel uneasy, and that's what he did.
Now a chance to break down how the starters and reserves have contributed in the scoring department tonight for the Nuggets.
And it's clear that the contribution they've gotten from their reserves has been critical. In a relatively close game like this one, you need everybody to step up and have an impact.
And it's tied up with that one. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
Morris kicks to Murray. Back to Morris. Now the pass to Jokic. And Gasol sends it back.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. And that one falls for Marc Gasol. And Marc Gasol, a force on both ends of the floor. You forget, Greg, that he's won a Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, Gasol doesn't really wow you on defense with what he does. I mean, he gets blocks, but it's really his positioning and his rotations are what make him so great. Always involved in plays, and he just seems to be able to protect the rim and a terrific team defender.
Now here's Porter. 14 points for him. Here's Murray. Out to Morris, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Taking a look at Golden State. They hold the first place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, Denver. They have a lot of ground to make up.
Well, I think for Denver, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
Yeah, I think if that next step was coming, it would have happened by now. They can't be worried about could-haves and should-haves. They need to be focused 100% on the push for the playoffs.
The Raptors have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
And that one falls for Marc Gasol. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And the Raptors making a change here. Lowry's checked in. Here's Leonard. Outside for Lowry. .153 left in the third quarter. Back to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
Now, here is Morris. Jokic with it. To end the run. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. 1:19 left to play in the third. Leonard against Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the Kawhi Leonard drama finally came to an end last offseason with a trade that sent him from the San Antonio Spurs north to Toronto.
And you have to wonder, is this a high-priced one-year rental for Kawhi? Before the trade, Kawhi made it known that he wants to play in L.A. Toronto has a lot to offer, but hard to compete with the idea of what he and LeBron might be able to accomplish playing together.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Toronto. McCaw, he's checked in for Green. And it's Powell in for Jeremy Lin. Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Denver. Malik Beasley comes in for Jamal Murray. Leonard hits them both.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Morris against Lowry. pass to Jokic. Shoots the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Powell finds Leonard. Count it. Leonard's got the lead up to 7 now for Toronto.
Well, you love to see Norman Powell be unselfish and find an open teammate. That's pretty.
Morris passes to Jokic. Back to Morris. Over Lowry. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
And busting it up the floor, Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And the Raptors with some changes. Siakam is checked in for Gasol. Miller comes in for Patrick McCaw. And it's Jody Meeks in for Norman Powell. And then for Denver, Leiden's checked in for Portland. And Harris subbed in for Malik Beasley.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself. He converted in a big way.
Harris kicks to Hernangomez. Leonard with the steal. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the Toronto Raptors. He's at the quarter-century mark. 25 points for him in this game as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. Back to the action after this word. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Morris is out there with Thomas. Then it's Porter, and it's Leiden in at the 4. Lowry kicks to Siakam. Here's McCaw. Goes up the baseline. The rebound by Leiden. Left side, Porter. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Lowry has the open look. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 6 assists here tonight.
And the transition D right now, just non-existent.
Outside Thomas. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
There's a certain fearlessness when talking about Isaiah Thomas. He might be small. Doesn't mean he lacks aggression.
Here's Lowry. Passes to McCaw. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer on the way. Denver grabs the miss.
Well, he hasn't been a big contributor tonight for sure, but it hasn't prevented them from being in a position to grab the win.
Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Porter. And so Lowry will bring it up for the Raptors. From the arc, Hernangomez grabs the miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Outside Thomas. The 3 from Morris. Nailed from three-point land. Morris has got the game tied up here for Denver.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 27 points.
Well, you see the excellent skill set. And this is when you want to make an impact.
Don't you love seeing this guy rise to the occasion, going right at the defense and getting it done in the clutch?
Now, here is Morris. Here's Leiden. Back to Morris to take the lead. Another three for Denver.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly. The defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And the Raptors call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Some changes for Toronto. Gasol comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Green in for McCall. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Toronto's head coach had some words for his team during the break. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession.
And you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
You love that they're making their presence felt on the defensive end. You can't afford to be careless with this team.
Now here is Harris. Barton finds Jokic. Over Gasol. Again, the Nuggets score.
And since halftime, this has become an intense ball game.
They are getting after it hard. It has become a real battle out there.
Lowry against Thomas. Gasol inside. Back to Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. There's the three. The shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Millsap. Now it's a 5-point Denver lead.
They are just killing them on the interior.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Gasol wide open. He fires. And good. He nails it. Gasol's got 22.
And this is why Kyle Lowry is always mentioned among the league's elite point guards. He can do it all, Kevin. Score, defend, or create like a teammate, as he does there.
Now here's Thomas. Martin left side. Thomas passes to Jokic. For three, Harris. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists now in this one. Raptors trail by 6. Lowry with the ball. Now Thomas defending. And the shot goes in from Siakam.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now here's Thomas. Pass to Harris. Fires the three. A rebound by Gasol.
Frozen. The guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Count it. Now just a 2-point Nugget lead. Denver's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Thomas against Green. Thomas kicks to Millsap. On the wing, Harris. And there's the pass to Jokic. Basket counts. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Yeah, that's exactly how you play big inside. Take advantage of the size advantage that you have.
Lowry against Thomas. Lowry passes to Siakam. Here's Ibaka. Bangs home the trifecta. That gives him a double-double in this one. 12 points and 11 rebounds. Denver calls timeout.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
I think sometimes that's all it takes, right? We'll see if it helps them moving forward in this one.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Toronto. Jeremy Lin comes in for Kyle Lowry. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for the Nuggets. For Denver, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Harris finds Millsap at the elbow. Jokic looking for Harris. He gets it there. Martin from outside. And again, Denver no good. And so Lin will bring it up for the Raptors. And that one's good. Leonard Leonard's got 16 points here in the second half.
Well, we know this. Jeremy Lin knows how to run an offense. His ability to find the open man uncanny.
Jokic inside, working on Gasol. For three, Harris. That shot off, and Toronto will go the other way with it. Then the pass to Gasol. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. And it's a three-point Toronto lead. The Nuggets shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Murray kicks to Harris. Out to the right wing. Here's Jokic. Bangs home the trifecta. Jokic has got it all tied up now for Denver.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from three, and I'll tell you, they put it to good use here.
Now here's Leonard. Pass to Green. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Murray. Harris outside. Off target from outside.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for the Raptors. Poked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Denver Nuggets. They'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Friday, they're off to Charlotte to face off with the Hornets.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games. That's their third straight make off an assist.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Rejected by Gasol. With the teardrop. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Murray, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
And the Raptors with some changes. OG Anunoby's checked in for Green, and it's Ibaka in for Pascal Siakam. And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a 2-guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
Yep, that one goes.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Nuggets trail by 4. Harris outside. From downtown, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Gasol's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. And the Raptors with some changes. Siakam is checked in for OG Anunoby. Green comes in for Leonard. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Green. Outside, Lin. Back to Ibaka. Wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Lin. Now it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
Well, a little bit of assertiveness from the native of Congo. Serge Ibaka has the green light.
Murray kicks to Jokic. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Ibaka. And it's the Raptors' ball. They're on a 19-7 run. Siakam. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Millsap. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
And the Raptors with some changes. OG Anunoby's checked in for Siakam. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Lowry in for Green.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
Lowry drawing the double team. Outside Leonard from the arc. And again, Toronto with the triple.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
Murray kicks to Jokic. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Some changes for Toronto. Marc Gasol's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Pascal Siakam comes in for Kyle Lowry. And it's Green in for Serge Ibaka. Lynn looking it over. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Jeremy Lin is an aggressive player, Kevin, someone who will make things happen. I like how aggressive he is. He sets a tone with that aggression.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Siakam. Leonard comes in for Marc Gasol. And Kyle Lowry subbed in for Green. Three-pointer, Lowry. Rebound by Murray.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Millsap attacking.
Underrated coming into the league and underestimated. Millsap doesn't have any doubters anymore.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And some changes here for the Raptors. Marc Gasol's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Green in for Kyle Lowry. Second of 2 is good. That trims the lead to 6.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
It's stolen by Harris.
Can't waste a second now. And even then, there's still little chance.
No, exactly. They've got to act quickly. They don't have a ton of time to work with.
Poked away. Harris against Len. Gasol. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Paul Millsap picks one up. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the Raptors with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Siakam. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Jeremy Lin. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Danny Green. And Denver with a change here too. Thomas checked in for Harris. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
44 seconds left in the game. Murray right side. For the 3. No good on that one. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Well, at this point, a multiple-time All-Star, a member of the U.S. national team at the Olympics in Rio. We'll just call him the gold standard, Kyle Lowry.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Siakam is checked in for Ibaka. Patrick McCaw comes in for Leonard. And it's Green in for Marc Gasol. now. Here's Green. They get a hand on it, and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Well, that's an example of two teammates on a different page. They're both looking at each other like, hey, what was going on there?
Denver calls timeout. Guys, what do you think?
And down like this, there's so much to talk about. I don't know if one timeout is going to be enough.
I think it's looking pretty bleak.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And so it's Toronto winning this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
Well, I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Jeremy Lin, impressive team win tonight. What were your thoughts?
I thought it was a great effort, 1 through 15. Everybody just coming out with high energy and playing team basketball.
The ball got going and led to a big win, Jeremy. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.